Listen very carefully. What I'm about to share with you isn't on the nightly news, and it's not circulating on mainstream science forums. Yet it holds the power to radically alter your understanding of reality. Starting now, we have an unprecedented cosmic gateway opening on April 12th, 2025. And if you've noticed tingling sensations at your temples, waves of unexplained euphoria, or recurring synchronicities like 1111 on every clock you see, you're already part of this phenomenon. Information like this has been deliberately overlooked and even discouraged in certain academic circles. But today, you'll discover why. Because once you know what's truly happening, you'll realize there's an urgency unlike any other time in human history. The next few days could determine the trajectory of global consciousness for years, possibly decades to come. It's not every day that a respected scientist with impeccable credentials steps forward to discuss subtle energies, ascension, and cosmic portals. Yet that's exactly what's happening. Allow me to introduce Professor Aaliyah Brener. She is no ordinary academic. With dual PhDs in neurobiology and subtle energy studies, she has spent the past 15 years researching the bridge between consciousness and the physical brain. Her early work involved advanced magnetoencephalography and quantum entanglement theory, fields that might sound obscure unless you've been following the cutting-edge science of brainwave resonance. She also studied under indigenous shamans in the Amazon, trained with Tibetan monks to master advanced meditation techniques, and has compiled data from over 2,000 case studies on spontaneous spiritual awakenings. Some even whisper she has a unique extrasensory knack for sensing changes in Earth's geomagnetic field. Whether you believe that or not, one thing is clear. Her predictions about the upcoming cosmic gateway, collaborated on with a private research facility in Russia, have garnered serious attention. She's risking her reputation to bring forth revelations typically confined to clandestine conferences and metaphysical enclaves. You might be thinking, we've had eclipses before, and each year there's a new cosmic rumor. What's so unique about 2025? Simply put, the planetary alignments, solar cycles, and a particular solar maximum are all converging in ways that haven't been documented for over 5,000 years, since the time of the earliest Egyptian dynasties. Moreover, newly released space-time metrics from that covert Russian research institute indicate anomalies in the Earth's magnetic field that precisely coincide with the date Professor Brener has been warning us about, April 12th. According to these metrics, massive photon waves and heightened cosmic rays are penetrating our ionosphere, creating an intensified resonance effect. This effect, combined with an apparent aurora arc surge in higher latitudes, suggests we're dealing with something far beyond a typical astrological event. If that sounds overwhelming, that's because it is. Energetically, we are entering a field of influence Earth hasn't felt in recorded history. By continuing to watch, you'll discover the exact scientific and spiritual foundations behind this phenomenon. You'll learn about the clear signs and symptoms, both physical and metaphysical, that show you're already tapping into these energies. You'll also get insider information on the brand new Gateway Stabilization Protocol, a 5-step plan that only works if implemented in the next 48 hours. There's a reason few are talking about this right now, but by the end of this broadcast, you'll be one of the select individuals armed with the knowledge to navigate these turbulent energies. So stay with me. The ramifications of tuning out could mean missing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to shift onto a higher timeline. Now let's dig deeper into how this whole cosmic gateway actually works. Our reality is underpinned by quantum physics principles: wave-particle duality, entanglement, zero-point fields. At the same time, spiritual teachings talk about vibration, frequency, energy fields, and higher dimensions. For decades, these two perspectives seemed like incompatible languages describing the same elusive concept. But data from electromagnetic wave observations, combined with advanced EEG readings, are starting to corroborate the claims of mystics that human consciousness can literally reshape matter and timelines when certain frequency thresholds are reached. Consider the concept of brainwave states: beta, alpha, theta, delta, and even the lesser discussed gamma frequencies. When we enter gamma states, often linked to deep meditation or heightened awareness, we experience changes in the biophotonic field of our bodies. Some call it the light body. Others refer to it as the morphogenetic field. In spiritual circles, you might hear about ascension codes or the activation of the Merkaba. In scientific terms, you'll hear about tachyon energy, scalar waves, or neural synchronization. These are different vocabularies pointing to the same phenomenon. The mind-body interface is more fluid than we were taught. One recent study from a prominent research institute in Eastern Europe measured photonic flux in participants who practiced intense visualization exercises. The results? An 87.3% increase in measurable electromagnetic coherence around the head, far beyond normal fluctuations. This resonates with the idea of higher frequency states, a concept that ancient Vedic texts described as tuning into the cosmic hum. The Mayan civilization also believed in cyclical cosmic convergences that push humanity through evolutionary leaps. Similarly, Egyptian hieroglyphs in certain tombs hint at phases when the Earth's serpent energy, akin to Kundalini, flared up collectively, causing abrupt cultural and spiritual expansions. History is replete with references to pivotal cosmic dates. The Mayans meticulously charted solar-lunar cycles and prophesied portals or gates that occur at specific intervals. The Egyptians observed cyclical alignments of the star Sirius with Earth's horizon, correlating them with floods of spiritual knowledge. The Sumerians left clay tablets, alluding to cosmic visitors and dimensional gates. What's astonishing is how consistently these ancient civilizations pointed to an era of mass awakening. Right now, the synergy of the current planetary alignments and solar maximum creates a celestial geometry reminiscent of those prophesied eras. Multiple prophecies converge around the mid-2020s, as if they collectively anticipated a cosmic flashpoint. Professor Brener believes we are at a juncture that numerous cultures have predicted but never witnessed in modern history. So why is April 12th, 2025, the big date? From a purely astronomical standpoint, we're on the cusp of a solar maximum cycle, which intensifies solar flares and cosmic rays. This will merge with a rare alignment between Earth, the Moon, and Jupiter that amplifies gravitational waves, an effect that Russian scientists are calling a temporal acceleration phase. Professor Brenner's theory is that these forces create a harmonic bridge effect across multiple dimensions. Picture water droplets falling into a still pond. Each droplet sends out ripples. When multiple droplets fall in synchrony, the ripples overlap, creating new, complex patterns. In much the same way, the overlapping influences of solar flares, lunar gravitational resonance, and cosmic rays form a brand new interference pattern in our planet's energy field. Some might label it a cosmic portal or gateway. From a more mystical angle, you could say the veil between worlds is thinning. Neither interpretation is fully wrong or right. They're just different filters on the same grand event. Imagine a young woman named Tara who lives in Finland, near the Arctic Circle. She began feeling an unexplained tightness in her chest and powerful tingling at her crown chakra about 3 weeks ago. She chalked it up to stress at first. But then came the vivid dreams, days of dreaming about ancient temples, voices chanting in languages she had never heard, and symbols made of swirling lights. Tara also noticed that every night around 3:33 a.m., she was jolted awake by a potent wave of warmth, surging from her spine to her head. Normally, she'd be frightened, but she felt an indescribable peace, as if being cocooned by an invisible presence. In her waking life, she started seeing repeating numbers on her phone, on receipts, even in random spots, like a neighbor's license plate. 111 222 555. At first, it felt bizarre, but soon, waves of calm euphoria swept over her, along with the sense that something monumental was headed her way. After reading about the upcoming cosmic gateway, she realized she wasn't going crazy or succumbing to illusions. She was undergoing what many call a spiritual activation. Within a week, her creativity exploded. She designed new works of art that seemed to channel themselves onto the page, capturing an otherworldly radiance. Her relationships began shifting, and she found herself spontaneously forgiving old resentments. Her story mirrors what thousands of people worldwide are quietly experiencing. And this is just the beginning of what the April 12th gateway might bring. A critical question arises. How do you know if you're experiencing these transformative energies? Let's talk about the signs that have been reported most frequently over the last few months. First, the physical signs. Perhaps you've felt tingling or pressure around your temples and forehead, commonly associated with the pineal gland, the third eye. This can be accompanied by mild headaches that come and go in waves, often lasting just a few minutes. Another indication is sudden shifts in your appetite, either a complete lack of hunger or intense cravings for fresh, unprocessed foods. A few individuals report vibrations or shivers up and down the spine, especially during early morning hours. Sleep patterns can also flip upside down. You might wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. with a surge of energy, then fall back asleep feeling lighter than before. Meanwhile, heart palpitations may occur. Check medically if they persist. But often these flutters coincide with sudden emotional releases. Some folks experience random heat waves in the body, much like hot flashes, but fleeting and not related to external temperatures. In a final twist, there's an increase in sensitivities. You might react strongly to artificial lighting or harsh sounds, feeling an instinctive urge to find more peaceful, natural settings. Next, the emotional and psychological signs. It's common to cycle through waves of intense emotion. Profound sadness one moment, ecstatic joy the next. Old memories or traumas might resurface, seemingly out of nowhere. Rather than viewing these as breakdowns, consider them breakthroughs. These energetic waves dredge up dormant wounds for healing. You might sense a desire for solitude, as if you need extra mental space to process an unseen download of information. Mood swings can become abrupt, yet surprisingly clarifying, each wave delivering a new insight about yourself. Letting go of old grudges or resentments becomes easier, as though the emotional charge behind them has dissolved. Simultaneously, you might discover a budding curiosity about things that once seemed irrelevant, reading about cosmic phenomena or diving into spiritual texts. Some people describe feeling as if they're purging emotional toxins, emerging lighter and more empathetic toward others. For those with a more pronounced spiritual leaning, the signs can include heightened intuition or clairvoyance. You may catch mental glimpses of future events or sense someone's emotional state before they speak a word. Dream encounters with deceased loved ones might become more frequent, offering comfort or guidance. Synchronicities, like stumbling upon a book that answers a burning question you had moments earlier, feel orchestrated by something beyond chance. Déjà vu episodes become striking, leaving you convinced you've either lived this moment before or hopped timelines. Psychic flashes or mental downloads can come suddenly. You might have an epiphany during a shower or a walk, instantly grasping concepts you'd never studied. Look too for symbolic messages in your environment. Repeating animals, recurring song lyrics, or the same sequences of numbers 111, 333, 777 may serve as nudges from your higher self. It's essential to stay alert and maintain a journal. These happenings can be subtle yet profound, weaving a tapestry of guidance. You'll also see changes in relationships and environments. You might find yourself inexplicably drawn to people who share your evolving interests, and just as abruptly distanced from friends or loved ones, locked in old, rigid patterns. This can be disorienting, leaving you feeling lonely or guilty, but it's part of what many call vibrational attunement. As you step into higher frequencies, old connections that no longer resonate naturally fade. New alliances form quickly, bonded by mutual support in this accelerated awakening. Work environments may become stifling if they lack alignment with your emerging self. Some experience physical urges to relocate to areas with more stable or nurturing energetic fields, such as near forests, lakes, or mountains. Even your home decor could shift to reflect a new aesthetic. Less clutter, more plants, natural light, or objects of spiritual significance. Think of these transitions not as random changes, but as outward reflections of an inward shift. Now, hearing all these symptoms can be both exciting and intimidating. The big question is, what do we do? Professor Brener has outlined a 5-step Gateway Stabilization Protocol, specifically designed for the brief period leading up to and just after the April 12th gateway. Although we'll delve more deeply into its steps in a moment, let's first talk about broader preparation strategies: physical, mental, emotional, and environmental. On the physical side, one of the core recommendations is to reduce heavy processed foods. Refined sugars, trans fats, and chemical additives lower your vibrational resonance, making it harder for your cells to adapt to incoming photonic waves. Instead, focus on high vibration foods, organic fruits, leafy greens, whole grains, herbal teas, and clean water. This can accelerate the detoxification of old cellular patterns and support higher states of clarity. Another tip is to engage in light but consistent exercise. Yoga, Tai Chi, or brisk walking can circulate energy through the meridian lines, helping your body adapt. Remember to prioritize rest. You might feel surges of fatigue or need longer sleep periods as your body processes new energy. Hydration is critical. Some practitioners swear by adding a pinch of Himalayan salt or trace minerals to water for better cellular absorption. Regular time in nature, whether you're hugging a tree or simply taking a mindful walk, can ground excess energy. Professor Brenner's labs found that participants who spent at least 20 minutes in nature daily had a 63% reduction in stress-related biomarkers within 5 days. Mentally and emotionally, consider adopting mindfulness practices. Short bursts of meditation, 10 to 15 minutes in the morning and evening, can keep your mind clear. If you're a beginner, simple breathing exercises, such as inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 6, can calm the nervous system. Visualization is another powerful tool. Imagine each inhale drawing in luminous, healing energy, and each exhale releasing stagnant emotions or toxins. Journaling is equally beneficial. Writing down your dreams, synchronicities, or mood fluctuations can help piece together the bigger picture of your unfolding transformation. If lingering fears or doubts arise, try emotional release techniques. It might be as simple as punching a pillow safely, yelling into the wind, or writing a letter you'll never send. Let those energetic blockages move. Critically, you want to start noticing your judgment levels of yourself and others. Harboring anger, resentment, or bitterness blocks the open channel for new energies to flow in. We're not talking about ignoring injustice. Rather, it's about freeing the internal tension that keeps your vibration low. Creating a sacred space at home can massively assist you in this transitional period. Begin by clearing your environment of clutter, giving each room a thorough cleaning. Next, bring in items that hold a high, energetic resonance for you. These might be crystals like clear quartz or amethyst, essential oils like lavender and frankincense, or simple images and symbols that evoke peace. You can play specific frequencies or music in the background, such as 528 Hz or 963 Hz, which many regard as beneficial for balancing your biofield. If you're into symbolic resonance, consider placing a piece of sacred geometry, like the flower of life pattern, on a wall or altar. Professor Brener suggests performing a brief ritual in each room with a small bell or singing bowl, ringing it in each corner to break up stagnant energy. Light a candle, state an intention, like, May this space be infused with harmony, wisdom, and protection. And visualize a column of radiant white light anchoring into your home. Once you've prepared your body, mind, and environment, it's time to plan the crucial days around April 12th. You might wonder exactly what to do on the 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th of April. A recommended schedule could look like this. On April 10th, focus on cleansing and detoxing, whether through a simple juice fast or a day of eating light, plant-based meals. April 11th can be dedicated to emotional clearing, journaling, or heartfelt conversations. On April 12th itself, set aside time, preferably around sunrise or midday, to perform a more focused meditation or prayer. If you have a small group of like-minded friends, gather for a short ritual or collective intention setting. These group meditations amplify the effect of harmonic resonance. As the Earth experiences the temporal acceleration phase, your personal intention can ride along that wave of cosmic energy. On April 13th, it's all about integration. Keep your schedule light, allowing room for naps or leisurely walks. The after effects can be intense, like an energetic hangover or a sense of expanded awareness that needs gentle grounding. Before delving into the 5-step Gateway Stabilization Protocol, let's address a few questions that people frequently ask. Q&A segment Q. What if I feel nothing at all? Am I missing out or not spiritually advanced enough? A. Many individuals won't experience dramatic symptoms. That doesn't mean you're not evolving. Some are more sensitive, while others integrate new frequencies quietly. Stay open. Subtle signs may emerge in your dreams or emotional patterns. Q. Could this just be placebo or collective hype? A. While belief does shape experience, multiple scientific instruments, like geomagnetic monitors, show unusual data spikes that correlate with heightened spiritual experiences. If it were mere hysteria, the data wouldn't line up so neatly. Q. Is it dangerous to attempt these protocols? A. The Gateway Stabilization Protocol is designed to be safe, grounded, and beneficial, even if you don't fully resonate with every concept. Think of it as a holistic wellness regimen that also has an expanded consciousness component. Q. How do I involve my family or friends if they're skeptical? A. Lead by example. You can share information gently, but forcing beliefs on anyone often backfires. Encourage healthy practices that align with the protocol and let them observe any positive changes in your life. Q. What if I miss the date or can't do all the steps in time? A. While April 12th is the peak, the surrounding days still carry transformative energy. Even partial engagement can make a difference. The key is sincere effort and openness, no matter how last minute. And now, for something special. Professor Brener has graciously allowed me to share a special revelation that she says few outside her inner circle know. According to her contact at the Russian facility, they've measured a phenomenon they call the seraphic frequency lock. This is when the Earth's electromagnetic field synchronizes with a narrow band of high-frequency waves emanating from the galactic core. The facility recorded these waves at approximately 40.9 to 44.7 Tesla, a magnitude they assert is extremely rare. When Earth's field resonates at that range, an individual's pineal gland, particularly if decalcified and open, can spontaneously align with that frequency band, allowing for potential glimpses of parallel timelines. People might get instantaneous knowledge of personal future events or even recollections of ancient civilizations. Officially, they keep this data classified because, as rumor has it, governments worry about mass leaps in consciousness that could disrupt current power structures. Whether you believe this or not, the synergy between that data and personal testimonies from around the globe suggests we're dealing with more than mere theory. To solidify your readiness, let's briefly walk through Professor Brenner's Gateway Stabilization Protocol, which is best done within 48 hours of the cosmic gateway. Step 1. Physical alignment. Start by cleansing the body. Drink plenty of purified water, add trace minerals, and eat high-vibration foods. Spend 15 minutes in gentle stretching or yoga that focuses on opening the spinal column, especially the heart and throat regions. This paves the way for smoother energy flow. Step 2. Breath synchronization. Engage in a specific breathing technique called the Aurora Arc breath. Inhale for 6 counts, hold for 3, exhale for 6, hold for 3. Repeat for at least 5 minutes, visualizing prismatic light swirling from your root chakra up to your crown, creating a luminous arc. Step 3. Focused intention. Sit quietly and place one hand over your heart and the other over your forehead. The third eye region. Clearly state your intention for what you'd like to activate or release. It could be emotional baggage, fear, or even a desire for clarity on your life purpose. Speak it out loud if possible. Words carry power in aligning your conscious and subconscious minds. Step 4. Crystalline overdrive. Meditation. If you have a crystal, like clear quartz, selenite, or amethyst, hold it in your hand or place it near your heart. Visualize a crystalline bridge forming between your heart and pineal gland. Imagine shimmering frequencies moving through that bridge, amplifying your personal energy field and connecting to the cosmic gateway. 5 minutes of sustained focus is enough to create a palpable shift. Step 5. Grounding and gratitude. After the meditation, gently stand up and imagine roots extending from your feet into the earth. You can speak a simple gratitude statement like, "I am thankful for the opportunity to grow and evolve." This step ensures you anchor higher frequencies into everyday life, reducing the risk of feeling disoriented or spaced out afterward. A brief interview segment with Dr. Leonid Andreeva from the Russian facility. Interviewer: Dr. Andreeva, what can you tell us about the anomalies you've detected? Dr. Andreeva: Our instruments have measured significant geomagnetic fluctuations, specifically in the polar regions. Coupled with photon data from space-based telescopes, we see an unusual synergy that matches predictions of heightened resonance. We call this the temporal acceleration phase, a spike in cosmic energies influencing neural patterns. Interviewer: And you believe this will impact human consciousness on a mass scale? Dr. Andreeva: Yes, that's the working hypothesis. We've received hundreds of reports of spontaneous lucid dreaming, telepathic experiences, and radical shifts in emotional states from participants around the globe. It's as if the Earth's field is being tuned to a new harmonic. Interviewer: Any final message for those watching? Dr. Andreeva: Stay open-minded. Whether you interpret this in spiritual or scientific terms, we cannot dismiss the mounting evidence of a catalyst event. Now, let's summarize the most critical pieces of information you've heard. First, April 12th, 2025 is not merely another date on the calendar, it's a cosmic threshold. Second, Professor Brener has revealed that multiple scientific and spiritual indicators converge, pointing to a gateway for heightened consciousness. Third, physical, emotional, and spiritual symptoms, like tingling at the temples, sudden emotional purges, and intensified intuition, are actually positive signs of alignment, not causes for alarm. Fourth, the Gateway Stabilization Protocol is a concrete guide you can adopt immediately. Fifth, if you act within the next 48 hours, you position yourself to harness the full impact of these transformative energies. The benefits could include enhanced creativity, emotional healing, deeper self-knowledge, and the possibility of stepping onto a higher timeline where synchronicities, manifestation, and personal fulfillment accelerate. Envision a future where individuals collectively awaken to a reality of unity consciousness, where empathy and compassion become the driving forces of society. This isn't some utopian fantasy, it's a natural evolution if enough people cross this threshold with awareness. Imagine communities supporting each other, technologies that serve the planet rather than exploit it, and entire nations collaborating for sustainable growth. Some refer to it as a 5D reality, others call it the new Earth. Whatever the name, the potential for a massive shift is here. The cosmic energies set the stage, but each of us plays a starring role in how the final act unfolds. Here's your call to action. If you resonate with what you've heard, don't stop at watching, act on it. Begin the Gateway Stabilization Protocol. Seek out others who are feeling similar shifts. Form small groups to meditate together, exchange experiences, and support one another through this intense period of transformation. Share this message with people you trust, those who might also sense that life is more than work, eat, sleep, and repeat, because in a matter of hours, we'll be past the peak of this window, and time will not wait for second guesses or procrastination. You're being called right now to make a conscious choice. Do you stand idle, or do you step forward into what your soul has long been whispering about? The real question isn't whether the gateway is opening. Countless signs confirm that. The real question is whether you will walk through it. If you want continued support, Professor Brener will be releasing updates on the progression of the cosmic gateway. This includes a more in-depth guided meditation and group synergy experiments. Look for the announcement on the official channel. In the meantime, remember, you're not alone. Millions are feeling the same subtle shakes in their reality, those internal nudges urging them to wake up and engage with the bigger picture. Now is the moment to align with your deepest truth. Step into your power and help birth a new era for humanity. The cosmic stage is set. The spotlight is on. Will you answer the call?